Everything felt good except for one thing. It felt like someone was making a fire, but instead of roasting marshmallows, they were roasting my quads, which hurt so bad.
It's hard to believe, but just like that, I've reached the end of the base building phase of this training block. After 4 weeks, I move into the extremely structured build phase of the marathon training. I'll move up from 19 miles a week all the way up to almost 45 miles in a single week in just 3 months' time. Yikes. When I say that out loud, I have every urge to just throw the silly idea to run a marathon straight into the trash, but I'm getting ahead of myself. One step at a time. First, let me tell you about my return to a more normal week of training following last week's truncated session. Hi, I'm Josh. I'm a 36-year-old married father of 2 with a full-time job, and I'm training to run my first marathon. As has become tradition, we'll talk stats first. I started the week weighing in at 195 pounds and ended the week at the same 195 pounds. No change there despite some peaks and valleys in the diet. My average resting heart rate for the week was, and if you've watched any of my videos before, you can probably guess where this is going, 53 beats per minute. Sleep was, not great. My average for the week went down to just 6 hours and 39 minutes per night. However, the good news is that about 25% of the sleep I'm getting is deep sleep. According to a quick Google search, I'm told this is a good thing. I will, however, take this data with a grain of salt since, well, the internet. Strength training. This week, I did some upper body work. First, I held a friend's baby and did several overhead presses with that baby. I would estimate the child was somewhere in the 20-pound range, so not too shabby. I also picked up my own kids multiple times. I progressed from my lighter 4-year-old to my heavier 7-year-old, so all that lifting has to count for something, right? Right? In all seriousness, I do plan to get this back on track this week with at least a core or mobility routine sprinkled somewhere in the week. Eating. I'm still going strong with the intermittent fasting. Jury's still out on whether or not this is actually good for my running. I think when I start to run longer distances, it's going to become less sustainable. I'm finding that even just running 19 miles a week is driving my hunger way up, so I really just need to focus my attention on eating better foods. However, I will still gladly accept a Pepperidge Farm sponsorship if they call.
You know they're made with real cheese, these baked and not fried fishies. The snack that smiles back, goldfish.
The running. Week 4 was back on track with the prescribed 5 runs for 19 miles. I switched up the days a bit, but all in all, it felt like my strongest week yet. Day 1 was an easy 3 miles, which I ran in 29:03 with an average heart rate of 133.
Week 4, day 1, 3 miles this morning. I am exhausted. However, the one positive, the weather between yesterday and today is like night and day. Yesterday, oppressive. Today, pleasant. Doing our best. Mile 1, 9:54. Mile 2, 9:29. 1 to go. Okay, that's 3 miles this morning. Night and day difference from yesterday. I think in large part, if not all, due to the weather. Much better today. Last mile was 9:36. Everything felt good except for one thing. It felt like someone was making a fire, but instead of roasting marshmallows, they were roasting my quads, which hurt so bad. Good stretch coming up.
The second run of the week was a 4-mile easy run on my typical neighborhood route. I averaged a solid 9:39 per mile with an average heart rate of 139.
Week 4, day 2, out for 4 miles this morning. It's warm, but it could be worse. Mile 1, 9:40. Mile 2, 9:41. Mile 3, 9:38. All right, that's it. That's 4 miles complete. That was pretty hard this morning. But when it does get hard, I have to remind myself that, 1, if it was easy, everybody would do it. And 2, if it's hard in a way where it hurts, not in an injury way, then I need to remember for myself that I'm grateful to be out here running, because that hasn't always been the case.
Instead of the speed workout for the third run of the week, I ended up doing a fun 4th of July 5K with my sister. She's currently training for her very first half marathon in November, which I'll also be running, and I offered to pace her for this 5K. This was actually her first race ever, period, and she did awesome.
Week 4, day 3. Switching up my runs this week. Instead of the 2 miles today, doing a 5K. Pacing my sister. Beautiful day. All right, finished mile 1 in about 11:05, 6, something like that. Doing well. Mile 2 finished. I think that one is in 10:55 or something like that. We're cruising. She's doing awesome. Just past mile 3. We're in the last 10th of a mile. We are cruising, crushing it. Right there in front of us. Everything you got right here. Cruising! We did it! We did it! High five! You did it! Crushed it! Stop your watch! Finish that 5K. We crushed it today.
Since I took care of the Saturday 3-miler on Thursday, I switched my speed workout to Saturday. I got out a bit too late in the morning, but managed the 2 miles with an average of 8:35 per mile and an average heart rate of 146.
Week 4, day 4. 2 miles today. We're doing our speed workout, and it is hot out here. We're making it happen. That's 1 mile, 8:38. Less than 1 to go. Oh, that's it. Mile 2, 8:30. That is so hot out here, like 85 degrees. Humidity is probably, if I had to guess, probably in the millions. So that was tough. But we did it. We're done until tomorrow. On to the next one.
The final run of the week was the Sunday long run. For the second to last time in this training block, it was a 7-mile run. I got out as early as I could, which was not nearly early enough, and despite feeling uneasy about it, I finished the run much stronger than I had thought. I averaged 9:48 per mile with an average heart rate of 144.
Another morning, another run. We're out here for our long run of the week. 7 miles. Another hot day. About 75. Humidity through the roof. We're only at 7 a.m., so we'll do our best. You know, one thing that I realized is that even if you come through the first mile in 9:48 like I just did, or you speed up slightly, run your second mile in 9:44, or get through mile 3 in 9:47, and then realize you still have more than halfway there. The thing is, running is hard, whether it's your first time or your millionth time. As I come through mile 4, and it's still too fast for me, 9:52. For me, it's physically difficult on my ankles, my knees, my cardiovascular system as I come through mile 5 in 9:45. It's mentally hard as I come through mile 6 in 9:48. It's hard to get up in the morning. It's hard to take that first step every run. It's hard not to compare yourself to others. So, I want you to know that the only difference between me and you is that I'm out here with a camera. If you're out here running, put one foot in front of the other. Be grateful to run. Be grateful for today. See you soon.
So that's it for this week. I'd rate the effort and outcome for week 4 a 7.5 out of 10. I've got a potentially pretty big change coming up in week 5, but you'll just have to tune in next time to see what that is. As always, I'm grateful to run, and I'm grateful for today. 16 weeks to go. This is Foot Up to Finisher, and this is episode 4. Thanks for watching. See you soon.